How can one who cared so little for life give hope to the world? That quote is from a movie I watched again this morning. I haven't seen it in years, but the movie's called The Seventh Sign. It's an old school movie. It has Demi Moore in it. If you've never seen it, I cannot even tell you how intense it is, how profound it is. And with it being Sunday, it's going to be a Soulful Sunday session. Welcome to the channel. I'm Mags. This is Empress of Security. And whoever you are, you've been guided to this video for a reason. As we transcend new chapters in our life from previous chapters in our life, we look at signs, synchronicities. We get downloads, we get different messages, channelings, things of this nature, right? Speaking of nature, I just got back from doing a 6-mile hike, and I cannot tell you how much I feel peace. And it's been a really interesting weekend. It was Halloween weekend here, and you know, I stayed home actually and spent some time with my puppy. I watched an interview with a vampire, and Halloween has a lot of different connotations to it. Obviously, I'm sure you can look up the history and whatnot, but Halloween, interview with a vampire, energy vampires, and the seventh sign, speaking to biblical terms, the Gospel of John, and the leading up to basically the apocalypse. And it's really interesting how these are all coming through. I've got messages coming in already, but I really want to make sure that we focus on upgrades from this video, lessons from this video, how we can honor our inner guidance system and the lessons that the universe and source and spirit, your ancestors, are showing you. What song do we have right now for the collective? Bleeding Heart by Jimmy D. Lane. Spirit, come through me, use me for true, clear, concise messages for the ultimate abundance, sustenance, healing, love, joy, forgiveness, and everything in between for the person watching this video. What kind of understanding do you have of your bleeding heart, of others' bleeding hearts? So in the end of that movie, Demi Moore basically gives her own life for her newborn child to save the world. The question always was in the movie, will you die for him? Will you sacrifice yourself for someone else? With what's going on in the world today, and maybe this is biased, and maybe it's biased for you as well, but times are really scary if you let it really real in your head, if you let programming and everything you're seeing out here take over. But what does it mean? How do we grow from that? How do we get outside of our own limitations of others, of judgment of others? How do we sacrifice what's necessary to transcend and to accept real, true, divine love and guidance, right? Understanding of forgiveness, of our shadow sides. I feel like I'm connecting with people who have had near-death experiences, whatever that may look like to you. I'm actually hearing the word drowning. Interesting. You may have been feeling this year in particular like you were drowning in emotions. Your heart was bleeding. Drowning in a relationship, drowning in other people's energies while they were drowning at the same time. Life preserver. You didn't feel like you had one on, but you did. Interesting channeling that was, because I actually saw a life preserver in my third eye. This is going to be deep. I can already tell. Let's go ahead and get it. Spirit, come through me. Use me for the true, clear, concise messages for the ultimate abundance, sustenance, healing, love, joy, forgiveness, protection, and everything in between for the person watching this video. Spirit, I ask that you come through me. Use me for true, clear, concise messages for the ultimate abundance, sustenance, healing, love, joy, forgiveness. What is your truth? Have you been keeping yourself from your own truth? Through the truth of all aspects of ourselves, we save ourselves. We give ourselves our own life preserver. Maybe God, Source, has been there as your life preserver. Your faith has to be unbreakable, unshakable in your darkest moment. And that movie did such a good job of encompassing faith. Because in the beginning of it, Demi Moore's character says she doesn't believe in anything. She doesn't have any faith. And ultimately, her faith is what saved the world. Let me read that quote one more time. How can one who cared so little for life give hope to the world? Whoever you are, I feel that you have had, through your own near-death experiences, or death of self, death of ego, death of relationships, death of careers, death of surface-level lifestyles, through that, you've learned how to really, truly care for one another and for others, to be a servant, to live a life of service, and when I started this channel, I really wanted to serve in a way that was authentic and genuine. It was hard. And whoever you are, I can feel your energy. It's been really hard for you to be like that at all times. Well, guess what? It's not realistic to always be in that frequency, because it's doing what? It's constantly changing, just like a radio dial, right? The messages you receive are different. The people you surround yourself are going to be changing. Their frequencies are changing. So where do we go from here? Where does my viewer go from here? And what messages can I relay for the grace and highest good regarding their hope and faith in themselves, thus in others? Partnership with Source, with the universe, with God, Mother Earth, one another. Partnership with yourself, trusting yourself. There may have been up to 1 to 4 people that were truly put on your life's journey to make sure you keep ascending. And it has not been pretty. That could be anybody. I'm being shown a book being flipped through with pictures in it. It's almost feeling kind of like if you were to have a book of your life, like a photo album or something, the review from start to finish of what your life would look like. There would be 4 people in particular in this book that have truly, if it weren't for them, you wouldn't have kept going up to where you are today. Who are those people? Family, friends, relationships with boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever. What else, Spirit? 8 of Cups in the reverse. I love how this is coming through. In the last 8 months to 8 years, you have learned how to not walk away from your hope and your faith in the world and in humanity. It's been fucking awful, hasn't it? But you were brought here to change the world, even if it's in your own inner world and the people that you encounter in your lifetime, or maybe on a worldwide scale. Your craft, your creativity, your leadership, your love, the way you operate, the way you inspire people, the way you pick yourself back up all the time with your resilience, the way you give. You have done that, and you will continue to do that. Because if you've gotten this far in this video already, you care that much. You care that much to heal and continue the journey of your healing, right? Some of you may have, I will specify why this quote was really prolific. Basically, the gentleman who is character is Jesus. He's come back for the second coming, and he's looking at Demi Moore, and she has cuts on her wrists from where she previously tried to commit suicide. And it said, how can one who cared so little for life give hope to the world? Well, suicide can be quite literal. Attempted suicide can be quite literal, but whether that's through a mental health issue, an addiction issue, a heartbreak from something you don't think you're ever going to be able to recover from, how can someone who cared so little for life give hope to the world? Such as faith. We don't give up on this frequency. It's not acceptable. Believe me, there's been moments when I've tried and I said, I don't understand. Why am I still here? Maybe you've had these same thoughts, or at least thought that one time in your life. I don't know. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. And if you don't want to talk about it publicly, you're more than welcome to shoot me a message. My email is on my bio here on the channel. If you need to go further, to ask for guidance, to get validation, to get very specific messages, you can always book a one-on-one with me. All my information is below in the box. I'm hearing the word helpful. Your journey and your life story has been so helpful to your loved ones, to the people that you have really invested in. If you've shared stories about your life, you never knew that maybe the people listening, or a person that was listening, how they were ready to give up. And if it weren't for you sharing your story or your testimony or whatever that was, completely shook them back to life. That's you. And maybe you've lost hope in that. And maybe this is just me trying to be helpful, right? This is about reigniting love of self, love of source, love of your faith, your foundation, your belief system, expanding your belief system, accepting others and their belief systems. Message. I feel like your ancestors, your guides, the people that really are there for you, are going to be coming in with messages that are so divinely guided and timed. And when I say timed, I mean divinely timed. Almost feels like serendipitous. These messages are coming in to elevate you, to maybe get you out of a funk, to help repair your health, your wealth. It's interesting, I'm being shown scars that have stitches in them. Healing of scars. I just heard, take my scars. Take my scars. Someone listening to this is ashamed of past mistakes, past choices. And you want your scars to be taken, but you have to understand, without those scars, you wouldn't be unique, identified through source. Welcome your scars. Say thank you for your scars. Let's get one more. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing the word mother. You may have had some serious wounding with your mom. There may have been some serious memories that were between you and your mother that really affected you. You may have been abandoned by your mom in some aspect. You might be a mother yourself and feel like you're not doing a good job. My ears ringing on that. What song do we have? Winning Streak by Jelly Roll.
Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak.
Scars.
Broken man in the mirror can't look at me 'cause he's guilty.
There it is. Woo, I'm getting chills on this. This is deep. Take my scars, broken men. Hold on. I don't know who you are, but have you apologized to yourself fully? Like, and when I say that, there's levels to that. There's levels to how you apologize, to how you communicate that with yourself, and then as within, so without. This is forgiving yourself for everything you've done, accepting guilt, accepting shame, walking in it, walking in your truth. Three of Pentacles. Rebuilding and repairing foundations of beliefs and of thought processes. When I see this Three of Pentacles, and I've never gotten this type of channeling with this, this is about your mother and your father and you. If you had a difficult childhood or teenage adolescence years with your parents, whatever that may look like, this is about recreating that in and of yourself before you go out there and try to recreate it. Maybe you already have tried recreating it and it's not working, or you question yourself all the time. But the number three is quite literally the Holy Trinity: Father, God, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I almost said gun. Ooh, the Father and the gun and the Holy Spirit. I'm getting lightheaded with that. You may have gone hunting with your father. You may have been in the military. You may have been a veteran. You may have felt like you were always under the gun with your parents, especially with your father, or you even feel that way now, or like time is of the essence. I almost said the letter F. F may be relevant. Maybe F as in failure. You got Fs in high school or in college. You never felt good enough academically. I'm getting a lot of different things coming in here. Give me more. What else for my viewer, please? Yeah, being brave, being audacious, being courageous in this energy of pulling yourself out. Oh, my nose is itching. Wow. Whoo! All right, let me switch decks here. What other messages can I relay to my viewer with regards to just the depths of these channelings and messages that are coming through today? How can I help repair their soul, heal their soul, give them confidence and healing? Some of you may suffer with serious anxiety. You may make people nervous because of your behavior. Someone may make you nervous. I just heard they see me. They see me. You feel like people see you in a way that makes you feel nervous. Understanding why. Where does that anxiety come from? Why do you feel nervous? Why do you make people feel nervous? Understanding that. Why? What is it about you? I'll tell you why. It's because you're marked. Someone misses you very, very much. Some of you may miss a version of you that no longer exists. You may miss someone extremely, and you made them feel very nervous. I just heard risky behavior or like risky choices. Take that as it resonates. I'm not sure what that means. We have time is running out. Time is running out. You make them nervous. They miss you. Looking at your pictures a lot. You know what I just got when I read that? Looking at your pictures a lot. Like, what is the picture or view you have of yourself? What are these messages making you feel about yourself, about maybe another that you've been dealing with? Like, have you misjudged someone? Have you been under the gun with judgment from others? And now you're really kind of focusing in on what is that that's making you feel that way. Okay? Split the deck. Someone with dark hair may be relevant. You may have dark hair. This person may have dark hair. I'm not quite sure what that means. I heard dark share. Dark share. You may feel like the black sheep in your family, or you feel exiled, or you feel like you get left out, or people keep you out of the loop. Dark share. Ooh, I don't know what that means. Let's get one more. Okay, that one is supposed to be turned on. What else, Spirit? Let's go ahead and get this wrapped up. Final messages. Okay. This is a lot. I'm going to take the one on the bottom. Feels you see them differently. Lack of respect. Dark share. You feel people see you differently. Maybe you previously felt like you had a lack of respect from others. Someone could feel this about you. They think you don't respect them anymore. But what's interesting is through this message, if that's the case, how can one who cared so little for life give hope to the world? How can someone see you differently? I feel like there are so many of you watching this video or connecting with these vibes that, man, if we all were in the same room, it would be such a powerful group of souls, healers, creators, people that really know how to love. You know how to love at depths that so many people are so afraid to go to. I can feel that about you. I can feel that about you. Okay? You know how to love unconditionally. But the problem is you've maybe had issues trying to love yourself unconditionally. Okay? What messages, angels, spirit guides, ancestors come through me? Let's wrap this up. Final messages for my viewer. Time is running out. Time is running out. The 7th sign. The next 7 days might be huge in a major shift in portal. You know, we actually in 4 days have the biggest supermoon of the year. Okay? It's the biggest supermoon of the year. It is a portal. The 5th of November this year. That date may have relevance to you. Okay? This month is going to be a big one for you. All right? How can one who cared so little for life give hope to the world when this portal appears? How are you showing up? Message from Source, please. Moon guidance. I just said the full moon being a supermoon. A time of necessary upheaval. Time is running out. A time of necessary upheaval, a blessing in disguise. As the dust settles, the gift reveals itself. You, self, me, self, mirrored. Do you get it? Fleetwood Mac, Gypsy, yeah. There's that mystic energy real quick coming in. The moon magic. The name of that album is Mirage. Maybe that's kind of what you've been going through this year. Is it kind of felt like a mirage, like you thought the end was near, or you thought, you know, and take that as it resonates, like the end to feeling a certain type of way or getting it out of a certain cycle, but it was a mirage. And it was a mirage because you still had to go through healing. You still had to go through cycles. You still had to learn lessons and these types of things. You still had to understand more. Understand that you were viewing a mirage. Maybe there were things you were telling yourself that weren't even true. You were, you know, kind of seeing perspectives or perspectives of others that weren't even true. And now I feel like, especially during this scorpionic energy in this season right now, man, is it heavy. Scorpio is the oldest zodiac sign, by the way. They're the wisest of the water signs, and they're the death card in the tarot deck about death and rebirth of self. If you have any Scorpio placements in your chart, sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever houses, you are going through the biggest transformation in a long time, okay? But you already saw it coming. You might be dealing with someone who's a Scorpio. You might be getting advice from someone who's a Scorpio. Final message. If you'd like to go a little bit further on a private 101, all the information will be in the box below. Let me say this one more time. How can one who cared so little for life give hope to the world? Have you been dealing with a soulmate that was going through something really, really difficult and you judged them? Vice versa? Love, partnership, magnetic attraction between two people, union. You discover a deeper sense of self through a relationship with another. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, peace, prayer, and more importantly, inspiration and healing. Okay? Stay up, stay strong, stay focused.